Love talking about things happening around town, Jackie.
That's right. We love focusing on great things that are happening, and we want to talk about a program maybe you haven't heard of called EDGE. It means Education Drives Our Greater Economy. I think it makes a lot of sense, but we're going to find out why and what it's all about this morning.
Mary Bontrager and Cindy Fisher are joining us here this morning. Thank you two for being here.
Thank you.
Why do we have this thing developed?
So EDGE is an initiative that came out of Capital Crossroads, which, as you may recall, is this community's 5-year strategic plan, and it looks at how we can really improve central Iowa under 10 different capital areas, one of those being human capital, so the talent equation. We can have great economic growth, but we can't have that without the right talent pool to feed our employers. So as we started out with working through the human capital recommendations and things, really the common denominator of many of them was we needed an educated, skilled workforce. And so there were approaches that were looked at on higher education, early childhood, and so forth. And we said in many communities they have kind of a cradle-to-career approach when it comes to education, but we wanted really a cradle-through-career approach. So really looking at all aspects of how education impacts from early childhood to K-12 to higher ed to lifelong learning. And so that's really where the EDGE concept came from, and now it's the campaign has been set, the goals and the metrics, and we're ready to launch, because truly education is what will drive our greater economy.
So what is EDGE able to do if we're going from childhood to career or cradle to career?
Absolutely.
How are we able to help with that?
So what we've done is we've created a campaign. It's called EDGE 75 by 25. And so what our goal is to ensure that 75% of Central Iowa adults achieve some kind of post-secondary education. That can be a credential, a certificate, apprenticeship, or a degree. And 2-year degree, 4-year degree, and higher. And we want to make sure that that type of post-secondary experience aligns with what workforce needs are. And as Mary said, we have a very robust economy here, and we have a very low unemployment rate. And so we need to make sure that we have skilled workers. There's a very large skills gap. Over 55% of the jobs that are out there require some type of post-secondary education, special training. And so we need to make sure that that workforce that is applying for jobs has the skills that employers need. And in the areas they need, such as healthcare and insurance, those areas that continue to grow and are very robust in our economy. So we want to achieve that 75% by 2025. So over the next 10 years, that's a very robust community goal. But we're all going to work together as a community. We've brought together over the last 2 years over 140 different stakeholders across the board, from the business community, government, education, and the social services sector. And all of them have worked together, and we have all these metrics that we're going to try to meet every year. We'll do a report out to the community talking about ways that we can achieve the 75 by 25.
Is it about money? Is it about making sure people know where they can get an education and making those opportunities available? What specifically do we need to do? So
for instance, from an employer, what we're asking them to do is look at their own workforce and find out where there are cases where maybe somebody doesn't have their high school degree. So help them get the equivalency of that, motivate them, incentivize them if possible. If they have some college, help them continue on that track and motivate and incentivize if possible. If there's some way they need some kind of specialized training, help them get the certificates that might take them down that road for that, so they can continue to learn and grow. And as Mary said, this is a cradle through career initiative. So we start in education K through 12, and it continues on through our whole life.
So this is a hands-on employer program as well.
Absolutely, absolutely, and across the board, anybody can be involved in this. It starts with even parents. When you have, I have 3 children, and when they started through school, it's the parents being very involved and helping them find the right career pathways. It doesn't always necessarily mean that they're going to go off to college. It might be the right alternative for their student, but there are other tracks that they can go through, technical training, where there's a lot of those middle skill job opportunities are out there and being opened open to look at those other possibilities.
And a lot of those middle skilled opportunities pay rather well too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no question there. Community colleges have great programs, and some of them are 10-month programs, and there are a lot of employers out there looking for employees, and they get done in 10 months and they get jobs immediately with very good salaries. Absolutely.
So it's about being aware, being educated on all fronts of what's going on. So is there a place people can go to learn more about what's happening, to make sure we can reach this?
There is the website, but I would just add the beauty of this is EDGE really is a regional campaign that allows anyone who is in this continuum of helping to support education, or they themselves are in the stage of education, can feel that they're a part of this campaign. So whether it's United Way or Big Brothers Big Sisters, all the work that they're doing is helping to contribute to this community getting to our goal. So
now, is there anything set up, say someone is in a situation now where maybe they need to get their high school diploma or they want to finish up their degree, is there any opportunity for them to reach out to you, or would they go to their employer to get a hold of you guys?
So in that case, United Way has an incredible campaign that they're working on right now called Bridges to Success. And they are working with people who don't already have their high school diploma to get what used to be called GED, is now called HiSET. And so they have people that can help them achieve that. They work, they partner with Goodwill and other groups to help them do that.
So they shouldn't be afraid to contact you?
Absolutely not. We would be happy to connect them with anyone. We just want to continue to help people to learn and grow and get more post-secondary experience where possible, so that we can fill all those wonderful job opportunities that are out there in our region.
All right, it sounds
plan.
great. And you mentioned that there's a website that people can go to for more information.
Yes, it's edge75by25.com.
All right.
It's
we
easy
want
to
to reach
remember.
this goal.
Yes.
It makes sense. Like everything you're saying just it seems to be common sense, but we want to give people the tools and the education so that we can reach that great goal.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Mary and Cindy, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.